Hey guys and gals. Alright, so today I'm going to work on the transfer case fluid exchange, and that requires me to cut that 14 millimeter hex socket, and this one is from Gear Wrench. Anyways, here it is. You just use a Dremel and cut the shit out of it, and so that you have this nice little thing, and then you'll use a 14 millimeter wrench. So here's the Dremel. And you don't want to be holding on to this when you're cutting it. So, you know, I've got this kind of heavy clamp, and I've got it raised off the platform. And that's what I use to cut this. Then I'm going to use this, you'll see on the transfer case. And I'm also going to use this on the front differential, which I changed the fluid yesterday and I drove around. So today the FCP Euro package is coming with more differential fluid. And so I am going to go ahead and change that front diff fluid once more. But this time I'm going to use this piece. And so I don't have to have those extensions to go on the side from the left side of the wheel all the way into the differential.
Alrighty, so yesterday I didn't show you. This is the front diff drain plug, and the fill plug is here. In order to get to it, you got to take this plate off. So let me get these 16 millimeter bolts off with my impact wrench and see if I can't use that cut off Allen bolt or Allen key to easily unscrew the fill. Alright, now that I've got the metal splash shield and brace shield off, see that 10 mil right there? I'm going to use my trusty DeWalt teeny tiny ratchet with a long socket. Okay, there you go. So now, it was hard to get in there. It's tricky, but you know, I got it in there. And now I'm going to take the 14 mil. Alright, be advised, I mean, I've got it loose, but the position of the bolt is so recessed that it's difficult after it's loose to undo it. So, you know, with that hex, go ahead and unscrew it a lot so that you're sure that it's super loose so you can take it out by hand. It's really awkward, and in order to break it loose, you know, that thing is on there pretty damn tight. So what I had to do to break that thing loose was use the 14 mil open, and then I imagine this is in the differential bolt. So from underneath, you know, I did this with the open end. So, you know, it's like that. And then, in order to break it loose, you know, it's dangling like this. So I put my heel, and then I just braced myself, and then broke it open. Now, you got to be careful when you do that, because you'll bruise yourself like I did here. Alright, so in order to take the drain plug out, what I did was put some duct tape on the sides of this cut 14 mil. Here, and then I stuffed it in here so that it would stay still, because it's going to be upside down like that and you don't want it falling out. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this handle here from my jack. I'm going to stick this handle in here and then use that as a breaker bar. Alright, so now I used the breaker bar and broke it open, and now we can undo it. That, and this differential fluid is pretty hot right now because I just drove to get some donuts for breakfast, but because it's right next to the damn engine. So let's see what it looks like. This is after 1 day of new fluid. Come on, baby. Scary. Pasa. Pasa. It looks pretty good. Oh yeah, it looks great. So now it's gonna get new differential fluid, even better than that. And so it's good that it's getting to double flush. So anyways, I'll fill it up and we'll move on to the back differential. I'm gonna torque 44. There we go. Now let's fill it up. Alrighty, so we've got the container with the adapter and the hose from the outside, from the left driver's side, coming in here into the differential hole, fill hole. We're just going to fill that up. Make sure the hose is super clean. Okay, I just torqued the fill bolt with the torque wrench. I'm going to take it out now. See the extension here? Alright, you can do that through here. You don't even have to take off the side plastic trim to do that. Now we're going to move on to the transfer case. Don't forget to tighten the little 10mm bracing bolt for this hose here. Alright, see? Right there. Alrighty, now I put the cut Allen wrench in the fill hole of the transfer case here. It's tricky to get in because of this brace here, but you can get it in if you align the bolts. If they're off alignment, it's going to be impossible to get it, but you have to align it and then you slide it in. Now that it's in, you're going to use the open end of this to release it there, and it's stuck on there because of that tape, that duct tape that I put on there. So anyways, that's the fill, and then the drain is right here. That's very easy to get to, and that's the front, okay, and rear. So let me get this open and then we'll get started on this. Okay, for the transfer case, I'm using a brand new hand pump because you don't want to contaminate the differential fluid with the transfer case fluid. They're totally different formulas, so you know, you just gotta be on the safe side. Remember, I believe the bottom, the top, that's the top that my brother is holding there, and that is the intake, and the bottom is the output. So I'm just gonna fill it up and then we'll be done with the transfer case till it overflows and let it dribble out. Alright, this is the rear differential, and as you can see, I use the bar again with the cut off 14mm Allen, the duct tape, and now it's loose. And now you can just unscrew it by hand. Alright, so now I've finished siphoning out the first batch of the rear differential fluid, and it was still a little bit dirty, so I'm glad I'm doing this. And I'm using the AutoZone. I got this from AutoZone. You can get this from wherever, but the top is in and the bottom is exit. So top hose goes in there, bottom hose goes into this hole here so it doesn't spill. Now I'm gonna fill it up with that rig that I have with the bottle. Okay, I'm gonna pump in with my rig here until it starts overflowing. Okay, rear differential is filled, and that's a new plug, 44 foot-pounds. That's roughly, I think, 60 Newton meters. I'll double check though.